All right, remember how we talked about Matthew Stafford not having any more guaranteed money past this season? Let's talk about, is Stafford worth being the highest paid quarterback next season, the season after next? Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And this is a woulda, coulda, shoulda, if video. If Stafford goes out and he plays a full season like he did last year, in a short period of time he balls out, then some people might think he worth $35 million. That is what the highest paid quarterback per season is getting, named brother Russell Wilson in Seattle. And I think he worth every penny in Seattle, but this is not the video for that. If he goes out there and get injured again, you still going to have fans saying that, oh, we should pay Stafford $35 million and keep him here. So, I mean, it's a scenario type of thing. And then when you get to the scenario, make me stiff in the morning. But when you get to the scenario type of thing, now we talking about the length of contract. You know what I'm saying? I mean, last year he proved that, he worth every penny that he getting right now. So this would be what, an $8 million raise to get 27 per season on average. He's done some restructuring and stuff of that nature. Last year he proved that he was a Detroit Lion. He was Honolulu Blue. He was the Silver. He was the Lion. He was Ford Field. He was Mr. Everything. He was the most valuable Lion, MVL. He was the most valuable Lion. I think a second person that proved to be most valuable behind him was Deshaun Hand. And them not having a contingency plan behind either one of them, and they trying to play big-ass Damon Harrison snacks as a 3 technique. So last year, Matthew Stafford proved that, it ain't no Lion, it ain't no Ford Field, it ain't no games, it ain't no fans without old Eddie Kane. Without old Eddie, without old David Ruffin, Matthew Stafford. But when you say he's valuable, people got to point to it, and people don't like this. What has he won? If you remove Matthew Stafford, you say you remove all his accomplishments in Detroit, you're just gonna be removing stats. You're not removing a playoff victory. You're not removing an NFC North championship. You're not removing, much of nothing. An MVP. You're removing the NFL Comeback Player of the Year award, but you don't remove nothing. And what are the chances him going to his 12th year? What are the chances that he'll a late bloomer? Well, John Elway was, but he made 3 Super Bowls and he lost all 3. And at the end, they added a little bit of pieces, Terrell Davis and a few other guys, and he won 2 straight. He retired on his high horse. Can Matthew Stafford beat John Elway? Possibly. But they got to put the right pieces around Stafford. And once again, with Elway, he made 3 Super Bowls. Don't forget the comeback drive that he had. That wasn't a regular season shit. That was in the playoffs. But when you ask about his worth to keep him in Detroit, and if it's $35 million or he want to be the highest paid quarterback, he hadn't accomplished what Russell Wilson accomplished. He ain't accomplished what Jared Goff accomplished. He hasn't accomplished what Dak accomplished. He hasn't accomplished, what Matt Ryan has accomplished. All of them has won playoff games. And most of them been to the Super Bowl, not Dak. That's a fact. So when you say, when you look at the aspect of what you may have to pay him after this year, if you do rip the contract up, you say $35 million, are you prepared to pay him for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or are you talking about a 1-and-1, kind of like with Tom Brady? A 1-year option with a player option, and you can't franchise tag him. Stafford is in the position where he's in the position of power. The city love him, Martha love him. No matter how much he didn't win in his career, they probably will pay Matthew Stafford $35 million to keep him here. But as long as he has a good season and he do his part, you can't blame him. And do you trust Bob Quinn or whoever going to come in here, to get it right as far as finding a quarterback that's going to take us to the next level? If we go 3-13 like Adam Rank predict, either it's going to be Justin Field or Trevor Lawrence, or it could be another hotshot quarterback that rises next season if the NCAA football has a season, which I'm kind of looking forward to the season next year. Hopefully we have fans and it's nothing like the college atmosphere. So you got to kind of ask yourself those things. You know, and also it's also predicated on Matthew Stafford health. He go out there and get another back injury, you know, you're going to have to move on. You're going to have to get a contingency plan. You have to find another quarterback. This is the God honest truth. Same injury that ended Tony Romo's career. But to say is he worth $35 million, I mean, shit, you see Carson Wentz, he getting all this money. Dak Prescott about to get all this money. You know, he probably feel that he worth that money. I'm not going to knock it. Me personally, if you want my personal opinion, it's time to move on. I've been saying it. If you don't win shit this year, it's time to move on. And people want to say, woulda, shoulda, coulda, if the Lions do this, he got the hand he dealt. The hand that was dealt, he got it. It's been time to move on. He hasn't won nothing. Eric Kramer still holds playoff records, individual records. Let that sink in. Eric Kramer still holds multiple quarterback playoff records. Let me say it again. Eric Kramer still holds on to multiple prominent Detroit Lions playoff records. You hear me? So at the end of the day, when people say, oh, it's not about winning, it's not about losing, what the fuck you mean? The quarterback position, the difference between Dan Marino being the GOAT and not being the GOAT is a Super Bowl or a few Super Bowls. The reason people put Brett Favre above him is a Super Bowl. The reason people try to put Drew Brees above him is because of Super Bowl. The reason Joe Montana top dog is because of Super Bowls. The reason Tom Brady up there in the GOAT conversation is because of Super Bowls. Of course, you got to throw the touchdowns. You got to throw for some yards. You got to have the stats. But winning is a quarterback stat. If it wasn't, Dan Marino would be the greatest quarterback of all time, bar none. You put Marino in this league, Marino going to drop 6,000 every time, every year through the air. That's the difference. That's the difference between Aaron Rodgers being probably the greatest quarterback of all time. The media tries to push that. It's probably another 1 or 2 Super Bowls. It matters. Winning matters from the quarterback position. And we can come with all, I heard all the excuses. Oh, the Lions didn't do this. They didn't do that. Hey, if I'm on the outside looking in, you don't get no hard pass for those type of things. He got to win. He been in position to win before. You can talk about the Dallas Cowboy game when, you know, he went down the field and they didn't put the game away. In the last drive, he, you know, Pettigrew got a pass interference. We could talk about it all day. He hasn't won, you know. But personally, if he has a great year this year, you know, fuck it. Why not? Give him $35 million a year. You know, I don't know about 5 years, a 4-year deal. Give him a 1-and-1 or 2-year deal. I ain't opposed to it. Because people in Detroit, they not going to open their eyes to change Matthew Stafford. They love him to death. They call him the greatest quarterback in Detroit Lions history, statistically. But the stat that matters most to me is winning. And it's still Bobby Lane. You know what I'm saying? I still say, shit, Eric Kramer, he struggled with Rodney Peter, Andre Ware, but he won a division. And he won a playoff game. And he took them back, and I think they won another division under him. I could be wrong. You know, but, it don't matter to me. It's a lot of quarterbacks that's getting paid that don't deserve it. So why not join the party? But I've been stern on this. Move on. If it ain't worked for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, come on. Come on. If you had your car for 5, 10, let's say you had your car for 10 years, bro, and it can't get you home from work for an entire 6 months, an entire 3 or 4 months at a time, ain't you gonna get rid of the car, junk it, and get another car that can get you there? It's common sense. And I'm not going to stop saying this. If Matthew Stafford was a brother, he'd have been long gone. He'd have never got this much chance. We know racial inequality in the NFL is real. We know if Matthew Stafford retired, just keep it real. People don't want to talk about this. I don't care. You know, they can say I'm the most hated channel in Detroit. I don't care. Can't none of them fuck with me. Because I'm speaking facts. If you look at the situation, if he wasn't black, he wouldn't have lasted 5 years. They would have moved on from him. I'm just keeping it real. He wouldn't have lasted this long if he was black. Excuse me. He wouldn't have. This is white privilege at its best. Had he left like Calvin Johnson, say my ass hurt, my leg hurt, I want to retire, the Lions would not have recouped that money from him like they did Barry or Calvin. Or, they would have treated him like Andrew Luck. He would have kept all the money and they let him ride off into the sunset. Matthew Stafford is nowhere near as good as Barry Sanders. He's nowhere near as good as Calvin Johnson. So what's the difference? Skin color. Straight up and down. And I'm not mentioning no words about it. People can get mad about it. People can cry and complain about it. Me personally, he would have been gone 2 or 3 years ago. It's not because I don't like him. If it's not working, I'm going to switch it up. If the hustle not working, I'm going to switch the hustle. He ain't got it done. Good quarterback. I think he can get it done in Denver. He probably can get it done in Houston. He can get it done in Tennessee. But Detroit, it provides, it's like certain things where you go to AutoZone and you rent a special tool to get a job done in the car, or you rent something at Home Depot that you need, a boom boom or a scissors lift to get the job done. You need a special tool. Detroit need a special iconic quarterback. And Matthew Stafford ain't getting it done. But if you believe he worth $35 million, it makes me no difference. Especially if Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia going to be here next year. Especially if Martha Ford is going to be the owner next year. No, it don't make no difference. Keep him there as long as you want to. He ain't the primary reason you losing. The primary reason you losing because the hierarchy system messed up. From top to bottom, it's garbage. They failed this dude. You need somebody that's going to come in and uplift the franchise. You need somebody that's going to come in that's going to be special. Elite. It ain't too many of them dudes that's rolling around the league, but it's up for you to find them. This is my God honest opinion on it. But me personally, if they want to keep him, they want to keep him. I'd have been got rid of him. People not going to like it. Look at his record. That's all it says. Versus winning teams. Look at his stats in playoff games. Oh, he doesn't have a running game. Or he doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. It is what it is, bro. Somebody said it the best. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He got Devontae Adams. Matthew Stafford got Kenny Galladay. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got too much on offense right now. We'll see what he do next year. He got Rick Wagner as his right tackle. We'll see what he do next year. There's no doubt in my mind Aaron Rodgers is a superior talent to Matthew Stafford. They ain't never had a great team in Green Bay. He elevated his talent. Matthew Stafford hadn't been able to do it. But he's a good quarterback. In the right situation, he'd be successful. But hey, it is what it is, man. Motor City Sports Talk. We moving on to the next one. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Appreciate everybody support us, man. Links in the description. You can reach out Twitter, then Facebook, then IG. I'm really on IG. Links in the description. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time we gone.